The sinking of the Titanic has inspired countless stories, but some lesser-known tales from the disaster hold a special place in history, offering a glimpse into the humanity behind the tragedy. Here's a hidden story. The mystery of the Titanic's baker, Charles Jochen. Charles Jochen, the head baker of the Titanic, survived in a way that seemed almost miraculous. When the ship hit the iceberg, Jochen, like many crew members, assisted with loading lifeboats. But as chaos unfolded, he found himself with no hope of a lifeboat seat. Instead of panicking, he did something peculiar. He went back to his cabin, drank a considerable amount of alcohol, and returned to help others board the lifeboats. As the Titanic began to sink, Jochen was among the last to abandon ship. Witnesses claimed he was seen calmly walking along the sloping deck as the ship disappeared beneath the waves. He ended up in the frigid waters but remained remarkably calm. He even swam around, keeping himself afloat for hours in the freezing sea. When rescuers from the Carpathia arrived, they found him alive, suffering only mild hypothermia. Jochen's survival is often attributed to the alcohol he consumed, which may have helped to keep him calm, though it could have been equally dangerous due to its dehydrating effects. More likely, his training as a baker and knowledge of how to stay afloat helped him survive. After the disaster, he continued to work on ships and lived a relatively quiet life. But his story remains a remarkable testament to the human spirit's resilience in the face of extreme odds. The love story of Isidor and Ida Strauss. Isidor and Ida Strauss were a wealthy couple traveling on the Titanic. Isidor co-owned Macy's department store, and the pair had been married for over 40 years. When the call came to board lifeboats, Isidor refused a seat, saying he would not go until all women and children were aboard. Ida, who had the chance to get into a lifeboat, chose instead to remain with her husband, reportedly saying, "We have lived together for many years. Where you go, I go." Witnesses later recalled seeing the couple seated together on the deck, holding hands as the ship went down. Their love and loyalty to each other, even in those final moments, have been immortalized in accounts of the disaster, representing a powerful act of devotion amidst the panic and desperation. Ciao. The near miss before departure. There is also a lesser-known tale about a near collision that the Titanic had even before it set out for its fateful voyage. As the Titanic departed from Southampton, the sheer size of the ship caused powerful suction in the water, which nearly led to a collision with the docked steamer SS New York. The New York broke free from its moorings and drifted dangerously close to the Titanic. Quick action by the Titanic's crew prevented a collision, but some have speculated that this incident was an omen of the disaster to come, a brush with fate that went unnoticed at the time. These hidden stories from the Titanic bring a more human perspective to a tragedy often defined by its scale. They remind us of the individual lives, choices, and moments of courage that make up the history of that ill-fated ship.